There's probably something that I'll miss the most out of the life as we knew it, I believe like 2 years ago, and that is people just not being perfectionists. So every today seems like they want to be like the perfect everything, perfect face, perfect body, perfect life, perfect ways of typing. Just like I've seen people, and even myself now, just before I even started this fucking video, like I just thought about using a script, maybe. Not even a ChatGPT script, because fuck that. Even though I use ChatGPT and I'm pro AI, and if you're not, I don't really care. Like, that's gonna be another topic for another video. But I feel like a lot of people don't really believe in themselves anymore and just want to use these technologies and to use any means necessary to become perfect. And there's no way for someone to be really perfect. There's no way for someone to attain a complete sort of perfection. Like, take it for example like this. Like someone writes something, and they write something that may be heartfelt, may be interesting, maybe something that they like, and they're just like, well, I don't know. I don't really believe in my English. I don't really believe in the words that I've written. I'm just going to run it through some form of like an AI, and then it just gives them a sort of a different sort of style to it. And I've used ChatGPT a lot. I use it in my daily work. I use it in projects that I make. Even the stuff you're watching right now has been generated by ChatGPT. Even though I know how to code. I was taught myself IT, I believe, but I take the path of least resistance today. Just like everybody else. But like people just don't really are perfect. They sorry. People they are not comfortable with not being perfect anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? So basically, they would write something. I've seen people like write poems. I'm probably going to make another video on that, but I've seen someone just write a poem for her boyfriend, and then she's just like, well, I'm not sure if this is good enough. I'm just going to run it through ChatGPT, and then it just like becomes this like weird, really strange, really just like, I don't even know how to explain it. It just kills all of it. Like just all of the genuine feelings are gone. And if you ever used AI, they would try to always criticize you. It's like going to a plastic surgeon, and that's also a topic for this video. But it's like using AI sometimes is just like going to a plastic surgeon. They're just like, oh, well, just fucking, your face is bad here and your nose is crooked and you're just like your eyes look different, and it's just like, you look at the half of this face. And then it's just like, you just probably came in to just do a weird nose or something, or just like some actual thing you mind, and then they just pelt you with all this information, but like, oh, this is gonna be perfect. You have to do this, you have to do that. You have to make this, and then you're gonna be perfect. And ironically, so even when they do that, the end result is them becoming less perfect and more uglier and just looking like a lizard, as Bill Burr would say. But like I said, at the end result is, I made songs using AI a little bit. I use AI because I suck at fucking singing. I do sing good, but again, I also suffer from this. I'm not unaware. I know that I'm not perfect and probably will never be, because we'll take it for example like this. So sometimes the songs that I make with AI are songs that are like in higher pitch, and you can see what my voice is like. My voice is like deep. It's like, oh, baritone kind of voice. Probably good for like some things, but not good for other things. So in that sort of case, it can be kind of used. But just taking like everything, like everyone just running to everything all the time just to see if something is perfect, and sometimes you just have to be comfortable with not being perfect. Just this video that I'm making it's making me very uncomfortable that I don't have a script to read from. And I would make a script on my own. I don't use ChatGPT. But just you know one sad thing about this entire thing is that there's no more imperfections, no more typos, and typos sometimes can be very nice. They can be very, very interesting, very funny even. There's been typos in the past, just like about probably several things that I really can't really remember now, but just like seeing a typo is it's kind of funny, and it's interesting, and it's like they tried, they to they messed up, and it's just funny, and you move on, you correct yourself and all. But now, like, a lot of people, they just like run it through a chat GPT before they even do it, and again, they try to control the way you do this. They like I said, they strive towards perfection every single time, and of course you're not going to be perfect. You're not going to be like hyper optimized, just like, like this, make this title like SEO, and I'm doing that right now because I'm just like, fuck it, like I've given up absolutely on just struggling with it. I'm just like, if you can't beat them, then join them. But I'm just like, just like, you have to, and I also have to, and everyone else has to feel more comfortable being imperfect again. And otherwise it's just going into insanity. Like, for example, like, take people who do like surgeries and whatnot to become prettier, to become more beautiful. They're never really happy. It's just like, but their unhappiness and their levels of being messed up in that sort of way, you can see it through what they look like, what they let the surgeons do, but you can't really see it like with all these other things. So I believe that we should all kind of learn to be more not so perfect. Just like this video, for example. Like, I'm just rambling on, like, not covering topics that I want to cover probably, and I'm just like, probably it's bad, but it is something. And it's more genuine than if I would just like write it down on a title, and then it's just like, oh, the YouTube wouldn't like this, and it's just like, oh, you have to change this paragraph, you have to lead into this, you have to do this, you have to do that. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to do anything. You have imprisoned yourself in the box that you have created. Okay, so you don't have to do anything. Like, that is all optional. So I hope that we as a society learn how to become, less perfect, because I am going to miss, like I said, like, you can sometimes tell who's not so perfect and who is perfect, and even so, like when you see someone who is actually close to perfection, because one thing about perfection is that you cannot ever attain it. It is not possible to attain perfection. There is always bigger fish in the sea. But, sometimes we just have to learn how to let our fears go, how to become, just not so perfect, if that makes sense. Anyway, I have rambled on so long. I'm actually kind of sweating a little bit, admittedly, because it is making me uncomfortable. Sometimes life is going to be uncomfortable, but eventually you're going to become better and better and better if you stick through it. So I hope that we learn how to kind of stick through it, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. This is my first video, so I'm going to cover a lot of topics that are on my mind and that I want to ramble on, and see if anyone enjoys this, which I hope you do. So I guess that's it from my side. Take care. This was Radio FERN. Sometimes I post these boxes because people are brain rotted, and I'm brain rot maxing my way to viewers. So yeah, join me if you'd like to. Bye bye.